One of the main rallying cries that you hear is "Stop Common Core." So it kind of escapes me that there's an issue with having like a federal standard for for curricula. When did this become a problem? Like, can you pinpoint when and where this arose and why? Why is it so controversial?
So, there's 4 reasons why the Common Core is controversial. Number 1, it is not a federal standard. But what happened was that the federal government, particularly the Department of Education, incentivized states to actually adopt it. So that is why people call it a federal standard. Number 2, both on the right and the left, people have found problems in it because the framers of the Common Core led with testing instead of teaching. And the implementation in places that have started to implement it has been flawed because it has been framed and pushed out as how to do well on tests as opposed to what to teach. Number 3, you cannot continue. The definition of insanity is to continue to do the things that you've done in the past. And you cannot keep on throwing teachers keys and just telling them to do it, particularly when you cut budgets and when you don't give them or children the tools and conditions they need to get things done. And number 4, the real issue here is that the Tea Party does not want to fund schools. And in order to implement the Common Core with fidelity, you actually have to put a real investment in. So what has happened is that between those who see, and I agree with them, that we are too fixated on testing as opposed to teaching, combined with those who have not actually implemented the Common Core with fidelity by actually investing in it, what you're seeing is a really, really, really flawed implementation. And this is what's sad about it. Whether you call it the Common Core or Common Standards or anything else, we have an obligation in public education to actually enable kids to seize and grab their own opportunity. And part of doing that is to have standards and a curriculum and supports to make sure that curriculum get done. Having standards and a curriculum that are aligned with what kids need to know and be able to do in the 21st century. And that means problem solving and critical thinking and really being able to communicate and to work in teams. And that's what's embedded in the Common Core. So I'm concerned about this because you have a coalition of those on the left who legitimately see that we have too much testing in this country, and that needs to stop. We need to be teaching, not testing. The testing fixation needs to stop, as well as those in the Tea Party who just don't want to pay for education, and so are using the hammer of federal intervention or their fear of federal intervention to divert attention from the fact that they like austerity and they don't want to actually invest in all children.
Do you support Common Core specifically?
I do. I support Common Core, but done the right way. And in fact, about 3 months ago, I called for a moratorium on the high-stakes testing until we get Common Core done right, until we actually prepare teachers to teach it and decouple it from the tests. But I support standards with support that enable kids to actually be prepared for college, career, and life.
In this world we live in, where do I be?